ma foi, under any circumstances, said Caderousse, who drank as he spoke, and on whom the fumes of the wine began to take effect. Under any circumstances, Fernand is not the only person put out by the fortunate arrival of Dante. Is he, Danglars? No, you are right. And I should say that would bring him ill luck. Well, never mind, answered Caderousse, pouring out a glass of wine for Fernand and filling his own for the 8th or 9th time, while Danglars had merely sipped his. Never mind. In the meantime, he marries Mercédès, the lovely Mercédès. At least he returns to do that. During this time, Danglars fixed his piercing glance on the young man, on whose heart Caderousse's words fell like molten lead. And when is the wedding to be? He asked. Oh, it's not fixed yet, murmured Fernand. No, but it will be, said Caderousse, as surely as Dante will be captain of the Pharaon. Eh, Danglars? Danglars shuddered at this unexpected attack and turned to Caderousse, whose countenance he scrutinized to try to detect whether the blow was premeditated. But he had read nothing but an envy in the countenance already rendered brutal and stupid by drunkenness. Well, said he, filling the glasses, let us drink to Captain Edmond Dantès, husband of the beautiful Catalane. Caderousse raised his hand to his mouth with unsteady hand and swallowed the contents at a gulp. Fernand dashed his on the ground. All right, let's just set aside all the masculinity talk that I've filled the last few episodes up with and let's just talk about these three men for a second. Is there a mastermind here? I know that I've used Disney as a reference and example many times already, so let's just keep going with that for a second. If we can picture these three as like evil foxes or cats, sitting around a poker table, all looking to take down the main character. And Dante kind of has a little bit of Pinocchio vibes, but that's beside the point. Who of these three is the ringleader? What place do each of these men hold in their little ecosystem here? On the one hand, it kind of seems like Caderousse could be the one manipulating everything, because he's goading both of them, like Danglars and Fernand, especially in this passage where he's throwing out the fact that Dante is captain now and that he's going to marry Mercédès and calling Mercédès lovely and just really kind of praising Dante's, good fortune in front of Danglars. But Danglars kind of picks up on this as well and starts stoking Fernand to a degree as well, but he's not doing it to Caderousse, who, I got to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out what he has against Dante. Maybe it's bigger than both of these guys, and that's why he's manipulating them both to do something, maybe. But, okay, the writer in me couldn't resist breaking these characters down even further, right? Okay, let's really look at what each of them represent against Dante, okay? Danglars, easy one, right? He's ambitious, and he's just got malice in his heart for Dante. Maybe there's reasons that will be uncovered later on, but, those are pretty clear motives that we're dealing with. Fernand, again, another easy one, jealousy, desperation, passion to a degree, desire for Mercédès, that drives a man to madness. Those two are pretty clear and easy. Caderousse just is blustery and petty, and I can't quite, he's just crass in a way that's kind of fun. It's like when you watch the villains together and there's one villain who's taking the piss out of the other villains, I kind of like that dynamic. Not that I like these characters at all. I mean, I like them as characters. I don't like what they're doing to Dante, or you get it. I don't need to over-explain myself. So yeah, there's just what's the hierarchy of these three? I don't know. I'm curious to find out. I guess we have to continue reading to find out. So I will meet you here tomorrow as we near the end of Chapter 3 of The Count of Monte Cristo. Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.